The Return of the Lloigor by Colin Wilson. This is an interesting story because the Voynich manuscript is a real manuscript, and certain techniques of photographs and stuff have unveiled things that even looking at the manuscript face to face, or some other manuscript face to face, didn't show. There are secret societies. Some of these are passing on traditions from previous things. Sometimes they're trying to recreate something, either the effect or the tradition itself. We have the reference to the Bible itself. A lot of the spiritual secret societies, because that's what most of them are, is they transmit something of that nature. Some of them actually are in contact with certain entities, or they pass on what was originally as such. That's why. And some speak of, this uses the term Lloigor, as beings that perhaps are known in this world through evil, through crime that is witnessed, more particularly. Now, I would say that there are things that walk amongst us. I wouldn't say that they're physical aliens, as you could say. I would agree with a point towards the end of the story about how weird and supernatural tales is like some sort of compendium to kind of oogity boogity, or like it's, making the world more interesting than it really is. That there's a lot of truth to that. It doesn't mean that there's not a lot of weird things out there, and far more than we realize. It's just condensing them into a single volume. And this person spent his whole life and he found this one really weird thing that we're going to tell you about. It's like, oh yeah, no, that sort of thing. There are events that happen in nature, and there's a rush to explain them in a more understandable way because people, they don't want to deal with the unknown too. That's not the right approach either. And we see a building up as time goes by. Lovecraft stories, other stories, you're kind of building up and thickening the mythology as it goes. Not necessarily being the best in that respect, but there is importance to figuring out codes. And then once you find the plain text, you could say, sometimes there's something more than the plain text at hand. But how much power some secret societies have, who knows? Families group together and commit crime and help people get away with stuff. It's not necessarily the long-reaching conspiracies that people think they are.